rather than what's good. Whereas again, we're back with another live stream. We're back on the channel. That's not on. What's up, Dan? Is it upstairs? Yeah, maybe that's about right. What have we been doing? Just sharing it real quick here. I'm going to have to grab my iPad cord here because I'm going to be using it quite a bit here with these reaction streams and that won't work. Okay. Let's see, is it working? It's got me. Okay. Okay, I almost had me concerned there for a second. Doing good. I'm up a bit later tonight, so good to catch you. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I would have started a little bit early. I got a little bit in the mode of music. It's hard not to get into those. Sometimes you just jam out to some songs. Problem is, I gotta try to control myself how much I go for, because that's kind of eats up a bit of my time as well, of course. Okay. So play more. I will. You're right. 100%. Yeah. Then you realize, oh crap. Whoopsies. So, let me grab my iPad cord real quick here, because I am going to eventually need it. I will be periodically looking at my iPad from behind because I don't want what happened yesterday to happen again. Because that is infuriating. That I thought everything was good, and I thought everything was fine, and I didn't realize that my iPad stopped the stream randomly. So I did all the rest of that for nothing. So imagine just having 30 flammable. Yeah, for real. So, for people curious, I know I didn't put 218 or 217 in the title, because I'm saying it right now in the beginning. Obviously you guys probably saw how short the last one was, 217. That's because my stream randomly ended at 45 minutes and 15 seconds, which actually wasn't the time of the episode. So that tells you how in sync it was, or roughly, it was roughly that. I think I did start it instantly. I believe I did. But, so, I'm doing the last 18 minutes of episode 217, and then I'm going to give my review, say what I felt about it, this and that. Then I'm going to jump right into 218, so, and that's an hour and 27 minutes, so it's another lengthy one. Before we come back down to hour and 7, and then we go right back up again, so. We're bouncing with links. But it's a good thing I'm doing them now, because I don't have time to worry about. I can squeeze them in with no problem, you know. So, and I'm gonna try to do a couple episodes tonight, because the episodes I did the past couple days, I have not been able to knock the number down. I've just been keeping it even, and I don't want to do that because I'm not getting anywhere. If you know what I mean. I have to do more than one. If I just do one, it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to do multiple at a time, so that way then I can knock the number down on top of staying with them. You know, or not making the number go up at least. So I'm still in the 40s. With this episode, with not having to do 218 yet, I'm at 45, which, so I haven't changed. The second I start 45, we'll knock it back down, or the 218, we'll knock it down to 44. So, and that's why I want to do 219 and potentially 220, because that'll knock it down to 42, which would be a progress, a good progress. So hopefully, within the next day or two, I'm going to knock it down below the 40s, and I'll finally be in the 30s. That is when we'll really start making progress. So, and that will be W's for sure. But right now, we're still in the 40s, so we're not really, you know, it's better than what I was. I was at 48, so we're slightly better, but still not quite. So, that sucks though. I had that happen where I thought it was recording. Oh shit, I'm not, David. Yeah. Hell yeah. Knocking that number down, David's right. Right. 100%. Yeah, so I am going to continue the episode. I will say it's a slower episode. Now, and usually when it comes to slower episodes like this, like 217, it's all about, like, how they, you know, how it, like, goes, really, you know what I mean? Because I do like slow episodes, you know, and if you make me, like, if you dig me deep within that, like, feels, you know what I mean, and the character, and then what the character went through in the past, and what the other character went through in the past, you know, if you do it good, I like it. I love it. And it doesn't even need to be action. It doesn't need to be. The whole frickin' episode. And, now obviously I did already finish it because I thought I was recording. So, but, to the point where we stopped, I was liking it. I really was. And I was like, damn, like, this is deep. You know, it's a deep episode. It tugs on the heart. I ain't gonna lie. It tugs very, very much so on the heart. And it makes me think differently of the character. I ain't gonna lie. And even the other character. Though he's still new, so I'm liking him though. And he's kind of up and down for me. It's like, okay, is he good? Is he not good? Is he middle? Is he, you know? And after this episode, he's seeming to be good. And that's what I'm getting out of him. He's seeming to be a good character. And not an evil backstabber. However, I'm still skeptical. I'm still slightly skeptical. But my percentage on him being good is gone up. So if I was like 50-50, now I'm like 70-30. 70%, I think he's a good character and he's not going to backstab. The 30%, there's still that 30% where I'm like, I don't know. You know, but the 70%, I'm like, yeah, I think he's good. It's getting deep, awesome. Yeah, this episode gets deep. I tell you what. And I wasn't really sure about it either, because it wasn't really, you know, going anywhere. And I finally figured out because he kept holding up his hand at Shadow, you know, or he did it to some of the other characters like Tails and some of the characters, and I'm like, what is he doing? you know. And I was always trying to figure out like what the frick is he doing? It's not like a power or some shit, you know. Like I wasn't sure. I was like, that's a little suspicious, you know. And that's why it kept throwing me off. And at first, when this episode was playing out, and he had his hand up, I didn't really like think about it very much. I was more kind of like, damn, he's talking about his son, and he's going very deep into it, and he's just talking about it, and I'm like, wow, this is, damn, you know, this is sad, you know, this is deep, you know, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but then I looked over and I'm like, wait a minute, he's holding his hand up. I'm like, oh, I think I know what's happening. Yeah, that's why I kind of piece it together. Like he's got a mind read where he can, like, he's got powers where I can seek into your brain and bring out your deepest thoughts and make you like talk about it. Basically, that's what the power is, which is a very wicked power, I will say. Very wicked power. Pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Basically, making you relive the memory, essentially, but explaining everything about it. You know, at least what he's trying to get you to say that you're not, you know, that you're not gonna say. And yeah, and I was like, damn, because at first I was like, wow, he's really going deep with this whole situation, and it kind of caught me off guard. But then I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, Shadow doesn't go this deep. He never goes this deep. He never talks about his son, the issues with him, this and that. He never does that. He always says, no, I'm not talking about it. You know, he always pushes that shit away, which I respect, you know, but I get why he doesn't want to, because it hurts. It hurts him inside, and everything like that. And I don't think he likes feeling vulnerable. I think that's really what it is. I don't think he likes feeling vulnerable. And when he talks about stuff like that, it makes him feel vulnerable. You know, it makes him feel weak, which I don't consider that weakness. I do not. I really don't. It just shows the love that you have for your kid, for your son, and for your family, and everything like that. I don't consider that weak. I really don't. Now, sure, it can be a weakness. Don't get me wrong, but it can also make you strong as well. So it's a tit for a tat, but you know, but he doesn't like talking about it, and so at first I was like, damn. But then as I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, he would not be talking about this if there wasn't something behind it, and that's when I put two and two together. Like, he's holding up his hand, he's making him say it, and that's exactly what he was doing, which of course then pissed him off because he figured out what was going on, which made sense. But yeah, so this episode is deep. It's very deep. So we're gonna finish 217, the last 18 minutes. Give my review, give my thoughts, all that good stuff here, and then we'll jump into 218. So yeah. So then we got the Walking Dead Clem. We got the Walking Dead Clem.
I shouldn't have tried to tap to your mind in the way that I did. It was wrong of me. I just wanted
See, you can tap into his mind. It's an interesting power.
I've never had any kind of family. And when I found out that you were out there, and that Black Arm's coming back, it felt like my chance, like I had some kind of a reason that was worthy of breaking the law and risking my life and my job and everything to go and meet you, and so trying to stop the Black Arms was actually some selfish thing so you can read my mind. I don't want them to try and take over the galaxy, Shadow. Thank you, Captain Arkin. Pardon that little bit at the end. Ensign Glaze is one of the ancient royal lineage. Her condition is unique to her bloodline, and the inhibitors she uses are sensitive to temporal displacement. We'll await your arrival in Rentius orbit once our repairs are done. Arkin out. I wish your crew good health. Shadow, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that at all. Never mind without your permission. If you're worried about it being some kind of Black Arms thing, most likely isn't entirely. I'm from the planet Dakar, and the dominant species, which I mainly am, is a Luxling. Telepathic abilities on Dakar are very common. Very common. So, if you're worried that it's some kind of Black Arms thing, then it's not entirely, at least. It doesn't really help, Eclipse. I thought you said that you were a Darkling. Someone else said that. The other species that makes up my DNA is Luxlings from Dakar. Darkling I'm not going to use the word slur, but it's not a very nice thing to call someone. Well, when I was younger, things were not... I'm not making excuses for myself, but sometimes I just feel a little desperate to try and connect to someone. And people became more accepting when I got a little older. There were social movements where I'm from and things, but I was rejected. People didn't want me where I was from. The fact that I was ever even inducted into someone's husband's, it was a miracle. And it didn't even work out anyway, because I can't even have children. I just, if I connected to your mind, it's because I wanted to even know what it's like to have what you have. Maybe to try and be your friend. Friends don't lie to each other, Eclipse, and I don't have any anyway. I understand.
He's a rough person to get through, I'll tell you what. It's a hard one to...
What exactly is this Darkling thing?
To be associated.
A Luxling calling someone a Darkling.
It's a complicated character.
Does it sound very mature or intelligent? Oh, it's a terrible insult. It's basically what people say where I'm from when the people are saying that you're evil and not really a person. And I regret tapping you for this information the way that I did, but I know that you've been made to feel like you weren't even a person yourself as well. And I don't talk about that. Thank you, Night Fury Lover. For context, Eclipse, far too many people have reached in and have also tried to mess with Shadow's mind. So it's a very touchy subject. And Shadow, you have every right to be angry, and I'm not saying forgive him, but it's clear he truly wants to connect with others. You will not be connecting with me. Thank you, Basil. Shadow, your daughter should meet Uncle Eclipse. Again, Eclipse, you will never meet my family. You and I are not going to be friends.
Damn.
I do not want to know anyone connected to the Black Arms. You have enough of their DNA that I will have half a mind to kill you as well, once we're done finishing them off.
Damn. Deep. I tell you what, deep. Jesus.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Thank you, DA Racer. Shadow, as I monitor these streams for news, I can't help but want to help. See, I'm lucky enough to have many siblings, but the one I dwell on most is an older brother I lost in a gang war in my youth. My advice, don't think on what could have been, act on what can be now. Time is precious, family even more so. Family is precious. That's why I'm even considering working with you. So that I can protect them, the place I live. Shadow, for what it's worth, I want to help you do what you want to do. Thank you, CC Turles. Is it because you think you're normal, Shadow? I don't know if there's normal out there. Shadow! Shadow! Thank you, Ryak. Hypocrite Shadow, your Black Arms as well. I don't think he likes to associate with them. Hold on.
Jackass.
I need to go find him. I think he's gone down one of the hallways.
He's a hard character to,
What the fuck even is this? You found the mall. There are usually malls on space stations like this. Eclipse. Shadow, I said I'm sorry. I know it was wrong when I was doing it. And I did it anyway. I'm sorry. You said that you met Black Doom once. Very briefly. When I was very young. It was while he was still slingshotting the Black Comet around. One of the neighboring planets in the same solar system as my home planet. Ignore that. If you met him, then you would know that he was one to try and invade people's minds. I am. I didn't properly connect to the hive mind, but I hope that it doesn't cause a problem, but I was only a child at the time, and I didn't see anything. I liked it at the time. It felt comforting in its own way. And you and I have very different experiences. Thank you, Lightning Tiger. Say, Eclipse, have you seen 3 lost robots anywhere? One is a black and yellow Gizoid, and the other 2 are big and red. They go by the names Gemero, Gamma, and Omega. I'm afraid not. I don't believe that I met those robots. Shadow, I'm sorry. We can at least try and work together on this Black Arm situation. We still need each other if we're going to stop them. Fine.
Little run.
But it's no more of anything. The fucking mind-bleeding eclipse. There won't be. Sorry. I'm sorry, Shadow. Maybe if you've never had a friend and you don't know how to make one, you're just never gonna have any. Thank you, Anon. Don't want to interrupt, but Shadow, will you be back to Earth in time for the America's birthday? There will be lots of burgers, hot dogs, family games, shooting games with bringing your own rifles. We have heard you have lots of them. Motorcycle drive-bys plus fireworks. I won't be able to attend any Independence Day festivities today. Or tomorrow. Or this year, because I'm going to miss all of it.
Damn.
In space.
Rip.
Shadow, I know I don't know about it from being honest or in a way that you would want anyone to know about it. But the things you've been through on that space station, the Ark, what you've been through with your son, I want you to know that I do sympathize. I am truly sorry for the fact that you've been through all that. I can't say that my time on my very fast childhood was a lot better than what you went through. And I guess we have something in common. Well, we've got plenty in common. I understand that you might not like that, since what we have in common isn't anything that's made either of us happy, or isn't anything that either of us is proud of. You know, there's no one else out there other than you, in my case, or me in your case, who knows what it's like to be part black arm and also still be a person. Because it doesn't matter what the people who made you tried to drill into your head, Shadow. It doesn't matter what the people who made me tried to drill into mine. You and I are people. We deserve better. I thought that maybe, after all this time, you and I could have each other, but I accept that that's not something you're interested in. Bare minimum, I would ask that you don't lump me in with our shared DNA donors and try and off me once this whole thing is over. I won't kill you, Eclipse. You can go on after this, doing whatever it is that you do these days. Just, work, mostly. Hopefully, you and I at least, we can try and make a good team for this. For this one mission. What do you say? Fine, Eclipse. Shadow? I think. Ugh. Oh, dear God. Thanks to you. Now I've gotten a little glimpse into your head. Oh. That is interesting, because that would mean I had not considered that I would establish some kind of mental link between us. That most certainly would be a Black Arms thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's one more thing we just have to deal with. You said you were sorry for what happened to me. Suppose you can tell that I was telling the truth now. I'm sorry for what you went through as well. Maybe we do have a lot in common. Thank you, CC Turles. Let's get some hashtag Maria in chat, people. Hashtag Maria.
Damn.
That was someone I knew a long time ago. She was nice to me, but no one else was.
Damn. Yep.
Yeah,
Maria.
it must have been nice. It's like I say, Eclipse. Caring about people isn't always nice. If you've never had actual family who care about you, then you don't know this, but if you care about something, you also get to go through the pain of losing it.
Yep.
And you never know what life is going to throw your way.
But that's always life.
Well, fate brought us together, and now we're gonna stop this Black Arm situation, so. I hate that you made me understand just what you went through. I can see a lot of what's happened to you. More than I would like. I didn't ask for some kind of link to you. Now that's there, I'm not even I think I'm sad for you.
Damn.
Well, it's in the past. Oh, it's in the past. Like you say, we can go our separate ways after this, and if you're bothered by any kind of mental linking, then well, that won't work if we're on different ends of the galaxy. So you don't have to worry about it once we've taken care of the Black Arms. Gone our separate ways, like you said. to you about Dragon. Sorry for everything you both experienced. Do you have coffee in space? Is that an Earth thing? It's a bean. They have a bitter flavor. They dry out, and then they're crunchy. Well, if you want something like that, then I'm sure we can find something similar in the food courts here. I'd like I'll ask to have my ship refueled. We can get something to eat while we're here. Let's find out if they have space coffee beans. I haven't eaten in days. Let's just stay on task. For the rest of the time we're times. Just don't make me talk about my son again. No. I won't. Let's get you the closest thing we can find to those coffee beans you like so much. Yeah, let's. Come on, Rod. Well, see you people later. I think that as far as damage control goes, I've done better and I've done worse, but damage control was adequate on this occasion. Not actually my worst blunder, because, well, I am divorced. Goodbye, you people.
Rip to that. Alright, so there it is. The last 18 minutes of episode 217. Thanks to my stream crashing. So, then I'll double check. Just to make sure we're still going. Yes. Alright, we are. That's good. W's on that. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, that was episode 217. Family ties. Homesick in space. So that was the rest of that episode. Go back down to the episode again. So, yeah. So, as I was saying in the last stream, of course, that didn't get to recording. I give it a 8 out of 10. It's a solid 8. I thought it was very good episode. It was very deep. I don't change even after watching that last bit a second time. It doesn't change for me. Obviously it's not the rest of it, but as remembering the rest of it, it still doesn't change. It's still an 8 for me. It's a solid 8. It's a good episode, especially when you're digging more into the past of Shadow's character, and kind of getting to a little bit more know about Eclipse, which is also part of Shadow's family per se, at least a little bit, or in a cousin-like way or brother-like way. I think brother-like way. So it goes very deep with the character. It goes more deep with the characters in terms of the past, the trauma of the past, how much pain it is. You know, I mean, you feel it. You know, you truly do feel it, and especially when he's talking about it, it hits. You know what I mean? It really does. It hits the heart, truly. So that's why I give it an 8. You know, when you have good characterization like that in an episode, I don't need action. You know what I mean? I don't need action to make it a good episode. It can be very deep like that, and I can still give it a great rating. You know, especially when you're getting me into the characters more. You know what I mean? And feeling that trauma, feeling that past, and everything like that. You know, it hits 100%. So bravo, W's. I like those episodes, definitely. I don't feel like we get a lot of them. You know, so 100%. You know, I'm all for it. Give me more. You know, with different characters, that'd be great. You know, or even more in depth. You know, with Shadow's character and Eclipse. You know, because you never get that. You don't get that very often, especially with this character. So yeah, 8 out of 10, solid 8. Very good episode. Obviously, if you guys want the rest of it, the other 45 minutes, go check out the episode 217 reaction, of course, as I do watch the beginning to that point for that. But this was the rest of it. I will put the episode for that in the description as well. I know I didn't add it yet, but I will add it in there. I only have 218 at the moment, but yeah, we'll have it in there. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Again, Super Hedgehog Bros is in the description. Check it out. Episode 217 is also in the description, as well as 218 in the description. Check them both out. Links are down there below as always. My playlist for the reaction of the series is also in the description eventually. My social medias, stay up to date with me all the time. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Go for 5 likes. That'd be awesome as always. Hit that subscribe if you guys are new on the road to 8K. More far content on the way. Hit that bell. Be notified every time we go live. Again, become a member. Help support me. Get extra content. Would appreciate it very much. Link below, as well as my second channel, Twitch channel, Customers channel. You name it. All that good stuff down there. Definitely do check them out for sure. So yeah, so that was 217, 100%. Now we're on to 218. So, so yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that episode. I am definitely curious to hear your thoughts. I know Dan reviews. I know with your World Gone Mad, I think you had some episodes that are very laid back and more deep into characters. I don't remember all of them, but I know you had a couple, and they were very good episodes, 100%. So, but yeah, so that was 217. Now here's 218. This one's a lengthy one. So here we go. Hour and 27 minutes. Woo! Back to my man.
Hey, Babel?
Back to my man. Oh,
Babel?
Please.
Okay. You know, I kind of thought that all that stuff on Starfall Islands was like... Well, I didn't think that they were like regular houses, the ruins that I was going through there. But if this
Back to my man.
is what an ancient's house looks like, then, well, I guess a lot of Starfall Islands was like more residential than I thought.
Interesting.
Hey, you guys, how's it going? By the way, since you're checking out on me,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
4th of July. You know, I know I was out for a week, but that's just,
Damn.
yeah, it's a real reminder. I've been gone for a while already. Thanks, true hero. How are you holding up, Sonic? Kinda wishing I had some kind of entertainment, or maybe somebody was gonna help me or something. Just waiting around here.
Killing
Thanks, the Amy update with Team Besties.
time.
Sonic, when we told Amy about you in the portal, she went catatonic.
Damn.
And that seems like a bad response. Amy just kept staring at the door, waiting for you to pick her up. She wouldn't eat, sleep, or blink.
Oh, Jesus.
Neo said you had made her so happy that your sudden loss broke something in her, and only Sonic could fix it. Thus, Sonic of Ireland was born.
Damn. That's crazy.
Okay, you know, it really sounds like you're trying to move in on my girlfriend the moment I'm out of the picture. So I don't really know if I believe you. Thanks,
Damn.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
I knew he was
Hello
gonna
there,
have that.
Sonic and Qui-Gon Jinn, master of Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's now a coyote. Anyway, how are you? And he was probably always a coyote. You just didn't notice what he was at first. I'm doing okay.
It's funny that he thinks that.
I
I mean,
just-
I don't knock that.
Hey,
but
thanks, Lucky Tiger. How's life with the water people? It's fine.
Ish.
They're listen, you guys. Some of them are guys, and some of them are girls, and they act like it's obvious, but it's not obvious.
Damn.
They're like, "What? You thought I was a man?" It's like, yeah, kinda, cause well, with the same. Oh, jeez, that's what. Listen, there's reasons why I'm just hanging out inside at this point. Thanks, Haslov. Hello, Sonic. I thought Qui-Gon Jinn was dead. Okay, I think this is like a speaking identity thing. That's Qui-Gon Jinn. G-Y-M? You're talking about Qui-Gon Jinn. Like Chin, but with a J. And that's Qui-Gon Jinn. So I think that's a different guy. Thanks, Ratchet from the Starship Phoenix. This is Ratchet from the Starship Phoenix. We received intel from the Galactic Rangers that you were off-world for Nick Williams. Where are you so Nick could give intel to Shadow Eclipse? I'm on a planet called Rentia, apparently. Listen, Mr. Ratchet, if there's anything I can do to help you, or maybe if there's anything you can do to help me.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ratchet and
No,
Clank.
I'm open.
Wow. Damn, we're bringing that
I'm
up.
open.
That's interesting. Interesting.
I am. Definitely open. Thanks. The Amy update with Team Besties. Team Besties includes Irish, Mona, Dawn, Techno, Cream, and Neo. They were formed to help Amy through her 5 stages of grief. Guys, I'm not even dead.
That doesn't matter. It's still.
Denial has gone well thanks to Sonic of Ireland, but anger is next. We need to take Amy to a place where she can get it out of her system safely and away from DA Razor. Amy's on the APMI list. What's an APMI? Guys, what is an APMI? Guys, what is an APMI?
Damn.
Does anybody know? Or...
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Oh,
Sonic, it's very good. I see that you found the Gizoid over there. That is my personal assistant. But, people, just step back. Just step back. Listen, I've dealt with these things before. It might move any second.
Hello, sir. How can I help?
only as an enemy.
Sonic, you seem to be very, very panicked at the moment. However, I would like to assure you that you don't need to worry about anything. Oh my God, there's two! Sonic, please calm down, please. If you give me 1 second, I will explain. I can see that you have had bad experiences with Gizoids in the past. However, and believe me, I would enjoy hearing whatever heroic stories you may have involving these. However, if you can just stay calm for long enough to explain things, then you two can please go. We do not require your services right now. Please.
Okay. Say if you need anything. Okay. Say if you need anything.
Damn.
People, hold on. I can see that you have messages. I will get to the explanation in just a moment. However, I would like to just read out these for you, and then we can talk. Thank you, Night Fury Lover. Okay, Sonic, we told Shadow and Eclipse you are on Redtia and should be there in a few days. They recommend you staying there instead of going to Telenova, since it would be easier to find you. Now, that, of course, if you have people on the way coming for you, then that could be something. However, if they don't arrive, you may want to take your chances going to Telenova and seeking pathways back to Earth from there. People, what is with the Gizoids?
He's not even.
I will explain. I do have a good explanation for you. Thank you, Anonymous. As long as Amy doesn't go on a rampage in the forest near my campsite, we should be fine. This Gizoid really sounds like Jarvis from Iron Man. I do not know what that is. If that is some kind of fictional entertainment product, such as movies on the Hypernet, then
Damn.
I, of course, would be very interested in.
He's good. He's good. You figured it
On the
out.
topic of Gizoids, Sonic, please first explain to me your understanding of them, and then from there we can explain everything to each other, because you're panicking about household objects, so I believe there's a culture shock going on. Household objects. People, those things are killing machines. I can see. Okay, so you have had to deal with Gizoids in a very negative fashion in the past. Babel, yes. I spent years fighting those things. There were tons of them stored in these underground bunker things on Earth, and there was a person, and he deserves to be called a person, called Lyric, and he tried to use those things to take over the world, and you defeated many of them, which must have been, that is much more credit to you and your abilities if you have had to fight many weaponized Gizoids.
However, I can explain everything as soon as I read this message because I would like to be prompt with these. Thank you, true hero. Shadow had the nerve to tell us all. Shadow had the nerve to tell Amy that you might be dead, Sonic. That is the last thing Amy needs to hear. Well, I'm not. Look at me. I'm alive. And you are alive in spite of having to get into fights with Gizoids, which is incredibly impressive. Sonic, I believe, and I can see that you've had bad experiences. Thank you, Lightning Tiger. Interesting, you don't happen to know a black and yellow Gizoid named Jamerl, do you? Also seem to already know Frieza, then surely you must also know Lord Beerus. I do not, as a matter of fact, know someone called Lord Beerus. However, I'm sure that he is a very, very lovely man and a very good leader if he is in a leadership position, being a lord. However, on the topic of Gizoids, I have only ever seen the normal, regular orange Gizoids myself. Those are the only ones I have ever seen here on Rentia. I don't know of any black and yellow Gizoids. I'm not saying that there are not black and yellow Gizoids, and I could look to see if there's any information about such a thing, but... Okay, listen. Why are you not scared of those things? Oh, well, that is an interesting topic of discussion, as a matter of fact. I'll bring one over here just to demonstrate how harmless they truly are. Okay, so... You over there, just come over here, please. This is a Gizoid. Gizoid, this is Sonic the Hedgehog. He's a very nice man from Earth. Hello, Sonic the Hedgehog. How may I help? No, thank you. Not right now. Of course. Explain. Well, you see, my people, a very, very long time ago, all of these Gizoids on Rentia were de-weaponized. They can't actually attack anything or do anything much. They're just servant robots, and it's a good thing because they're very useful and helpful for maintenance and cleaning. However, they cannot actually do any kind of violence. A lot of systems have been taken out of them physically, and they have a lot of software blocks and things, as I understand it. They're entirely harmless here on Rentia, and indeed in a lot of these colony worlds, such as this planet. It is surprising to me that you have Gizoids on your planet which are dangerous. Most of them are just they're harmless. They have been de-weaponized a long time ago.
Okay.
Wow. A Gizoid, it's not trying to kill me. It's been a long time since I've had that experience. I knew one once called... I don't know why I called it Emerald, but I did. It was kind of a dumb name. I called it Emerald, and he was a really nice robot. He didn't make it out of the kind of whole adventure I met him on. That is very unfortunate. As you can probably tell, the disarming and the reprogramming of Gizoids on this planet has left them without many of their copying abilities and their sort of mimicry abilities, but it renders them harmless if they cannot do those things. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Spent so many years almost getting killed by these things, but first time I met one, he was nice. And just standing around like that reminds me of that one, instead of the ones that Alaric was controlling, trying off me. Is there anything that I can get you, sir? No thanks. Thanks, Anonymous. I think I might name this Gizoid Jarvis, if that's okay. We do not typically name gizoids because they are completely indistinguishable from one another. However, if you would like to name this one Jarvis, then absolutely we can do that for you. Thanks, Anonymous. As long as Amy doesn't go on a rampage in the forest near my campsite, we should be fine. This gizoid really sounds like Jarvis from Iron Man.
Oh, you already read that.
I believe we may have read that one, but I will do the next one, which I quite certainly have not gotten to just yet.
What's this?
Qui-Gon Jinn. Why am I hearing that Swole B1 Kenobi is raising up married women? As a gym rat who knows that attachments are forbidden, he should be lifting iron, trusting the gym/force. It will not lead you astray. I am quite confident that Qui-Gon Jinn here knows exactly what he is talking about. A gym rat is, I'm sure, a sacred thing to his people. No, it's really not. Thanks, Chaos.
Yeah.
Nick, slow down. Rush actions is what got you here. Oh my god, Chaos Sonic is right about something. I don't actually know what that is. Is that? That's a robot made to look like me. There's been a surprising number of robots made to look like me. That is surprising indeed. Thank you, Capitalist Joker and the Red, White, and Blue Communist AU. In mostly Communist AU, being capitalist is considered crazy. That's why on July 4th, I founded America just to piss Tommies off and make them more red than they already are. Query, are public park subscription fees more commie or cappy? P.S. We need more fireworks for the water people. Having a voluntary contribution which you are socially expected to give for public services, it is, I think of it as more of a socialist policy. However, in spite of being in local government and politics, I don't wish to pollute this cultural exchange with all of you nice earth people with politics. Yeah, thanks, Metallics. Sonic, I've been fighting the Black Arms by myself after fusing with prototypes of Metal Sonic. Currently, I completed my power thanks to the set of emeralds on Earth. Once they attacked the Chow Cafe, I took care of it. Oh, you found some Chaos Emeralds? Listen, I don't know if that's true, but if you found Chaos Emeralds, maybe, if it's not too much trouble, give them my friend Knuckles. He's back on Earth, as far as I understand. Well, if you have those, you could probably keep the whole place safe, honestly. I thank you. Transmission from Chow Cafe on Earth. Sonic, thank God, I finally got a hold of you. Name's Techno the Canary. I'm Don's roommate, and I'm currently running a blog on the events that you and the others are going through. I built a transmission link to you and the others in space. How are you feeling, dude? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Gizoid, I guess Jarvis now. What do you do around here? I can be of assistance in any way that you would like, son. I can leave you two to talk for a moment if you would like. Unless you would like me to answer questions about him for him, but I am assuming it's pronouns, but it does sound rather male, the robot voice that it has. Either way, I will leave you two, and you can play around with it. Sometimes kids will just ask me to do things like backflips because it is entertaining. Gizoids are toys here? Well, too much fun is not what's best for anyone, but sometimes children are allowed to play around with them a little bit. I will leave you to just do whatever you would like with it. If you would want to get it to make you some food, or do little tricks for you. Perhaps if there's any old information in its database that you would like to know. It's not very sophisticated, and of course there's thousands and thousands, who knows how many years of information that Gizoids just don't have in their databanks. So, Abel, if there's Gizoids on Earth, but there's also Gizoids out here, then... And you're telling me that Earth is like... And it's like a zoo, it's like an animal sanctuary. That is being very hard on it. It is the non-interaction laws around underdeveloped or less developed planets. It's a complicated matter, but you are not looked down on. Your natural technological progression is just hoped to be protected. Okay, yeah, sure, but what I'm getting at is, whoever made the Gizoids wasn't from Earth. If they're like all across the galaxy, I mean, it's a very difficult to understand situation. Gizoids have shown up all over the place. No one actually knows where in the entire universe they came from or who originally made them. Huh.
Interesting.
I will leave you to play around with it if you would like to entertain yourself for a little while. Thanks. Thank you. So, Jarvis. Do you know who made you? I have no information on the originator of the Gizoid line. Line? Is she like a line of robots? I'm afraid I don't have much information on Gizoids, in spite of being one myself. Is there anything else that I can help you with? So, what were you made for? Gizoids are originally made as learning and evolving robots. Mimicry is one of our #1 functions. This has many military and, of course... Whoa, okay, hold on. Thanks, Commander Gatter and Janeway. Good day, Abel and Sonic. I wanted to update you on the situation. Shadow and Eclipse will be here in a few days in their ship. Captain Hedgehog will also arrive here once Voyager finishes repairs. On that note, Babel, my captain extends his deepest thanks for your help. Hey, Babel? Oh, Commander Janeway, it is very good to hear from you. I'm very, very glad that the sort of cultural exchange went well. You have gone away from Rantia with all that you needed. Yeah. So I can ask this thing anything, right? Anything that your heart desires. Of course, their answers may be limited or sometimes not very satisfactory, but absolutely ask anything that you would like. Can Gizoids... Like, do Gizoids know anything that other Gizoids do? Like, if there was a Gizoid on Earth that was different and special, would you know anything about that? I'm afraid not, sir. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Huh? Okay, so
So you're talking about like what you can do or what you could do? I'm afraid that my functions are currently limited. However, Gizoids were originally made primarily as copy robots. This means that we can copy different abilities and skills. This has many military applications as well as domestic applications. Is there anything that I can help you with? Not right now. Of course. Please just say if there's anything that I can do for you, sir. Thanks, the buff said. Amy's stress puts a smile, cough, 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 on my face. It fuels my power, cough, cough, cough. I should really go to a doctor. I wonder if Professor Neo is open. Hey, well, yeah, you know what? Maybe you should go to a doctor. Maybe a mental doctor. Because apparently you like my girlfriend not having a good time. Why don't you go be buff somewhere else, Buff Senate?
Damn.
Go be buff elsewhere. No one wants your buff this year, Buff Senate. Go flex and pose for other people. Go flex your way straight on out of here. Very mean about Amy, even.
Fair.
I
Fair and
don't think
respect.
he's gonna leave though. I predict that it is very unlikely that he will do as you say, as you have no leverage against him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. I love it that he's calling her girlfriend.
You wouldn't
That's-
know
that's
anything
cute.
about other
That's cute.
Zoids? I'm afraid not. So, if there was somebody out there who could take control of
He
machines
came back
with
and
their mind,
damn.
would that work
He
on
was
you
quick
guys?
on his dono. Jesus Christ.
While protections have been made to stop Gizoid being hijacked remotely, there are certain vulnerabilities in any system. Please take care. Thanks, the Buff Senate. I'm flexing here. Amy owes me Sith cookies. No, Amy doesn't owe you Sith cookies. No one even knows what a Sith cookie is. Are you in distress, sir? No. Thanks, Lightning Tiger. Can you give Blue here a massage? You could use one. No, I don't want a massage.
Oh.
A massage is like the last thing that I need right now. What Here you go, sir. No, stop. No, stop massaging me. I don't want a massage. I don't want massage. Apologies, sir. I understood that you wanted a massage. No, I want people to stop being me and my girlfriend. Is there any way that you think I could help you with that, sir? No.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. I will go back to cleaning and attending to my usual duties. Thanks, Mother Jarvis. Listen, Jarvis. If that is what you wish to call me, then I can respond to that name. Thanks, Child of the Moon. Can you bots scan the scars under his jacket? Of course. That should be a simple matter.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Give me one moment. No. It would appear to be some kind of corruption. Some kind of what? No. If you do not wish me to scan this, then I can stop immediately. No. Keep scanning. What are we talking about? What are we dealing with here?
Now keep scanning.
You appear to have a wound along your back, which is corrupted. Okay, what is corruption?
Corrupted.
There is part of your body which is leaking.
Oh.
Chaos radiation. It is seeping out through a closed, semi-closed, semi-open wound. It is very unusual.
Huh.
The effects are normally benign.
Normally benign. Huh.
What is benign? Benign means that it will not hurt you.
Oh. Okay.
But you said usually. Normally, chaos corruption in one's skin or muscle tissue is harmless.
Okay.
What about when it's not harmless?
Thank you, the boss said it. I'll bully Amy all I want. She owes me Sid cookies for that Rage Against Man incidents. And who's gonna stop me? Big. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you better wait. Wait for Pig to get there. You're literally saying that you're gonna bully people. Bully my girlfriend. Like, I'm not gonna be stuck out in space forever. What do you think's gonna happen when I get home? Nothing good for you.
Get your ass.
Upset guys. He's giving me a whole lot of hassle.
Ugh. Being an asshole.
Is there anything else that I can help you with?
So what's the deal with the whole chaos corruption thing? What's the deal with that?
It would usually express itself as a bioluminescent scar or semi-open wound along an area of the body.
Simpler term?
A crack along your skin would glow green.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Oh.
So normally that's fine, like long term, right? Normally that's fine, long term.
Absolutely, it is mostly fine long term. However, if you have experienced any kind of progressions in your condition, then you may want to seek medical attention.
What, so like if it got bigger or spread a little?
In those instances, then you would need to seek medical assistance in order to determine if it is still benign.
What happens if it's not?
Thank you, Lost Shadow. Does the term echidna mean anything to you, Javier? Just researching something about the history of Earth. I have never been to Earth. Not much is known about the planet. It is currently uncolonized.
Okay, that is some out-of-date information. How old are you?
Ugh.
My creation date is missing in my data. I do not have a dated activation time.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks, True Hero. You won't like the idea anymore that Amy did Sonic, but the only way to stop the Buff Senate is to throw him down a reactor shaft.
Ha!
Well, okay, I believe you that Amy didn't like that idea, but I think there's more or like less we can do than killing the guy. He does just want it. Just wants cookies.
Thank you, Epic Rebunding.
I don't think you're gonna satisfy him with those
Mega
cookies,
Legend. Never thought I'd be thankful for Sea Moon's actions. Looks like we're both trapped in alien world, Sonic. Though I wish I could help you heal your scar, Sonic.
Okay, but this like glowing green crack along my back, it's probably nothing, right? It's probably nothing.
Chaos corruption is never nothing. It may be benign in that it does not affect your health or longevity. However, chaos corruption can affect one's ability to channel chaos energy.
I can still do that just fine. I'm actually really good at that.
Not
That is
really.
a good sign that your condition is benign. Thank you. The out-of-pocket question
Not
package.
really. That's
is
a little
like
bit of a lie.
What happens when you try to divide by zero? Dividing by zero is mathematically impossible.
It's still
There is a
zero.
line of code in my original programming telling me to say that instead of attempting to divide by zero.
Ugh. Well, it's still zero anyway.
Thanks, the buff said it. You ain't buff enough to throw me down, True Hero? Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe he is. Thanks, CC Turles.
Will he explode if he overuses chaos energy? Nice. Nothing about this is nice. Nothing about this situation is nice. I'm afraid there is no recorded cases of patients with chaos corruption exploding.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, that's reassuring, please. Out of pocket question 2. Why is our sky blue? Blue light rays are shorter than others. They get caught in the atmosphere of most habitable planets. Why is the sky different colors on other planets? This would be due to gaseous compounds in different atmospheres, changing the hue of the sky. 4. What were Frieza's hobbies as a dictator? I do not know who Frieza is. He's some guy who conquered planets.
No, him saying that he can channel chaos energy just fine, that's a lie. He's lying about that one. He is lying about that one. Heck, I'm actually surprised he's been talking about it, because he's been trying to ignore that too. He's doing the normal tactical treat thing, where you know it's there, you try to hide it, because you don't think it's a big deal. You don't want people to make a big deal about something that might not be a big deal, though it might be a big deal. So of course he's saying that, yeah, you can do with it just fine, but really that's actually not true. We saw that in that one episode a while back.
Thanks, Anonymous. Is there a way to cure or treat Sonic's wound, Jarvis? Chaos corruption is normally benign. Okay, what do I do about it? If it is benign, then you should not do anything, as treatment options may cause some harm, or be ineffective, or worsen the condition. Well, that's great! Number 5. Do robots dream of electric sheep? Robots do not dream. What is the earliest thing you remember? I do not have memories, such as organics do. I am a machine. Why can't you mimic? I'm afraid that the full suite of Gizoid abilities is not available at this time. I have been limited and blocked in what I can do for you. If this is an inconvenience, I apologize. It's not. It's better this way. Believe me, I've seen what you guys can do. It is better this way. Thank you, Loco. Finally, I found a broadcast unit. I got lost in the forest, and I think the pizza I brought has gone stale. I'm glad this unit has voice to text. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to send this. And I think I saw sticks, maybe. Message failed to send completely. Okay, be safe out there, Loco. Sticks is a lot. Thank you, Professor Neo. Sonic has been leaking chaos energy this whole time. Would that explain why the Black Arms attacked out of nowhere? They locked onto him like some kind of beacon. As for this chaos corruption, what is the worst case scenario? I am not a medical unit and cannot assess your life expectancy. Life expectancy? However, if it is localized, then it is likely benign. What if it's not benign? Thank you, Commander Catherine Janeway. Sonic will be in orbit waiting for Voyager to arrive. So if your replicator or translator break down, we'll come and fix it. Do you mind asking the Gizoid a question? Does it have any records of the Ring world builders, the Sorbians? My captain is half Mobian, half Sorbian. Do you know anything about ring worlds? Ring worlds are a very rare phenomenon in the galaxy. Most ring worlds that have ever existed in known history have been the product of engineering and not nature.
Okay.
You know who made ring worlds? I'm afraid that I cannot help with this question. I know very little about this Sorbian species. Thanks, Rasura. Dude, you need to get that blood deck. It could possibly progress. Not a chance you should risk taking. Well, listen, I feel fine, guys. Okay, I feel fine. Are you really that much of a chancer? It would freak Amy out if she saw that. Do you really think you could hide it forever? Listen, it's just a little weird scar thing, okay? It looks a little bad, sure, but thanks, child.
Come on, brother.
What would
Get a
happen
look
if you
at
tried to channel an
Don't be a
external source
stubborn.
of chaos energy, such as
Stubborn.
Chaos Emerald?
Get a look
Would
at
it continue to worsen Sonic's condition? Careful channeling of chaos energy should be safe for someone who has any form of chaos corruption in their skin or muscle tissue. What can happen if that's not okay? Extraneous use of things such as chaos conduits, such as chaos emeralds, can worsen chaos-based conditions. However, speaking to the nature of the unpredictability of chaos energy, it could also help the condition if manipulated correctly by a skilled chaos user.
Ooh. Shadow.
That is really unhelpful.
No, Shadow. He's
Thanks.
he's good at
For
using it.
case, Is there a treatment plan other than just ignore it? If it is benign, then ignoring it would be the wisest option. And cosmetic treatments, if it is burst through the skin, would be a very reasonable choice. Thanks, Metallics. Weirdly enough, the Black Arms have attacked less and less. Hang on, gotta be kidding. Another portal on the Chow Cafe. Okay, I see you later.
You should definitely.
No,
You should definitely get that checked eventually.
I don't think there are Black Arms on Earth.
You should.
Thanks, Lightning Tiger. Is there a cure for cancer? Well, there is no one cure for cancer across the galaxy. There are different forms of cancer, and different forms of cancer across different species. By cure, do you mean a quick treatment plan to eradicate such things as cancerous growths? I guess. To be honest, people talk a lot about the cure for cancer, but I don't actually know what that'd look like. Like, would it be a pill, or? I don't actually know what the cure for cancer would be. Like, what are we looking for? Thank you for Buff Senate.
I don't know.
Metal footsteps. Vader, I've been waiting for you. So, you've heard. I've been expecting you big. My buffness doubled the last time we met.
Jesus.
Thank you, Epic Reaver Mega Legend. Sonic, someone told me all the egg bases are destroyed. Not sure if that's partly wrong or entirely, since I found an abandoned base. Any advice? Well, there's a lot of abandoned ones, a lot of ones that kind of got trashed with stuff like Lyric running around for years, me trashing them before that, so it's probably abandoned, but there might be some egg bots still in there, so just watch your step. Thank you. Thank you, CC Travis. Jarvis, any info on Saiyan survivors? The most recent update on Saiyans that I have is that they are a plentiful species and fast breeders, adding to their ranks very quickly after extinction events and war-related deaths.
I don't think that's the case for those guys anymore.
Close.
Thanks, true hero. Jarvis, are you familiar with a planet called Cybertron?
I am unaware of the planet Cybertron. This does not mean that Cybertron does not exist, as I may not have information on it. Please try again after a software update.
Okay, I don't think you're getting any software updates, pal. You're kind of, I think Tails calls it abandonware. Thanks, Haslaw. Sonic, you can go enter Jack mode if you don't get that check when you get back on Mobius. Go to Professor Neo, please. I don't think anybody else on Earth has this going on. How does this start exactly?
Chaos corruption can be caused by a number of ways. It may be caused by unfortunate incidents with pre-existing wounds or infections.
So if a guy got bitten by a snake, like a giant snake guy bit a guy, and then he got into the fight of his life, and this all happened like right after meeting the snake guy.
Allow me to attempt to understand the situation you are proposing. This hypothetical individual has met a snake person.
An ancient superpowered snake person, yeah.
Well, this hypothetical individual meets an ancient superpowered snake person who then bites them, and then they fight.
Yeah, and it was the hardest fight of the guy's life up until that point.
Is this hypothetical situation a case of this hypothetical individual using chaos abilities and channeling chaos energy through their body?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the case.
And in this instance, would this hypothetical person be using larger quantities of chaos energy and channeling more chaos energy than they had been used to by quite a large margin?
Maybe. And bear in mind, this guy could not have known that this would happen to him. And it was like, this was a fight to survive, you know? If he didn't go all out, then he would just have been killed, so.
It sounds as though the situation would have proposed some form of chaos corruption in this fresh wound was highly likely.
Right.
Chaos energy can have negative and positive charges. It is theorized by some that negative charged chaos energy can have an adverse effect on chaos corruption in the skin and muscle tissue. It is equally hypothesized that positive charged chaos energy can have a positive effect on the condition.
And getting just positive or just negative chaos energy, not a little bit of both, is
Incredibly difficult. You seem to know your way around chaos energy.
yeah, it's tricky stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Thank you. Child of the Moon. What would happen if you tried to channel an external source of chaos energy, such as Chaos Emerald, would continue to worsen Sonic's condition? I think we've read that.
It may have a positive or negative effect, depending on how much energy he was to channel and how skilled of a user he was.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that skilled.
Phoenix Anonymous, a floating fireball in the forest.
We're not
moving
as
near a
skilled.
campsite. They must be seeing things.
Can
again.
be better.
Oh, must be time for fireworks in the sky. Yeah, they just get to miss out on that, which is awesome. Thanks, Anonymous. Oh, no. It's one for Professor Neo. I do not like the concept of this chaos corruption being benign or not. Just be sure, Sonic. You know your visit to the hospital is always on the house. If possible, I'd like to keep an eye on this corruption and chaos energy for you. You cannot take any chances if it worsens. Hey, well, look, it's me. I mean, I'll probably find a way to fix it at some point, right?
Most cases of chaos corruption are simply benign and lived with.
Okay, you're kind of being a downer now. Thanks, Child of the Moon, but what is the general prognosis for someone with chaos corruption that is not benign?
Benign. That's,
What
that's
happens
good.
if chaos corruption becomes malignant?
Malignant chaos corruption and the implications would highly depend on many factors, such as time already spent with the condition at the time of evaluation, as well as how widespread the condition had become. How large is the chaos corruption on your back?
Well, it kind of goes across my arms, my back. It has that little bit of green light and down the like the crack in the skin. It's all kind of like black along the edges, though.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, Jarvis, Gizoid. What does that mean?
Thank you, Bob said it. Once I am done with you, Big, I'll bully everyone in the entire world, even your friends and fiancé. Crackles, lightsaber clash. Good, Big, good. Have fear to anger. Use your hatred. Become a gym lord like me.
Thanks, Lost Shower. Sonic, go see a doctor before you leave the planet. So this is a thing that happens to skin and muscles.
In very rare cases, people's bones and plasma can become chaos corrupted. However, these would be from such severe injuries that they would not likely survive to live with the condition.
Okay, so I'm on a planet full of water people who don't have bones, or muscles, or skin. Would they know anything about this?
Species that do not have skin or muscle tissue will likely not have any research or data on conditions such as chaos corruption.
Because I'm just the luckiest guy in the world. Thanks, Commander Janeway. I see. Thank you, Gizoid. My captain doesn't know much about Sorbians either. But it's good to hear there are still Sorbians out there. Do you know where the nearest ring world is?
I'm afraid that my location systems are not currently online.
Wow, it really stopped you doing just about anything. Thanks, the out-of-pocket question pocket. Gizoid, one, you sent for Sonic to seek medical attention. Or what location do you recommend?
I'm afraid I cannot recommend any doctors, as I do not believe I know any. More to the point, the planet that we are currently on is inhabited by Mizar, who do not have skin, muscle tissue, or bones, and therefore would be very unlikely to ever suffer from chaos corruption.
Space is a huge place. What planet knows most about chaos corruption conditions?
I'm afraid I cannot answer. I cannot answer your question. I do not know. Location data is unavailable at this time. In order to access the full suite of Gizoid features, you will need to reactivate the higher functions, which have currently been turned off. I apologize if this creates any inconvenience.
Thanks. 3, where are the balls on Mobius, aka Sonic Kind?
What in this instance would a ball be? If this is a slang term, I am unfamiliar.
Hey, what is the recipe for Sith cookies?
Sith cookies are a highly ancient delicacy.
Okay, you're joking.
Sith cookies are an ancient delicacy. However, what the proper and correct recipe for them is has been hotly debated for much time.
Okay, I want to move on to the next question. Mike, how are you?
I am a machine with no emotions and no emotional states whatsoever. I am always I am always indifferent, happy, and ready to comply and serve.
Thanks, Night Fury Lover. What does it mean if the wound turns black? Yeah, back to something important. What does that mean?
Necrotic, necrotic or black tissue surrounding the chaos corruption on someone's body is a highly negative sign. However, if you are going about your daily tasks with minimal pain, then that is a good sign that your situation may still be benign.
What if it's not benign? Thanks, Child of the Moon, but elaborate on Sonic's condition from what you know.
As I understand, a hypothetical person who I believe to be Sonic the Hedgehog himself here was bit by an ancient and large powerful snake. This snake, did the snake have chaos abilities themselves?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Was this a venomous snake?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't doing great for a few days afterwards, so I think I felt, I'm gonna be honest, I felt like I'd been poisoned, so
Duh.
I'm gonna say yes.
Then I'm afraid that you are best to seek medical attention,
Oh.
as in cases where chaos corruption has dark, black, or necrotic tissue surrounding the
Come on.
glowing green section of the corruption. That is a bad sign. Typically, those with large portions of corrupted body will lose function in that area over the course of a few years.
What if a guy had that going on for 6 years?
Jeez.
Then you have already outlived what a typical prognosis for a poor case of chaos corruption would be. And if you still have full bodily function, especially in the area that is corrupted, then you have been very lucky and have treated your condition well.
I haven't treated it at all, man. I didn't do anything about it. I just wore a jacket over it.
Then you are just lucky.
Ah!
It's the black like edges around
That's
it.
what it is. You're
Right.
just lucky. That's it.
It-
Damn.
It looks bad, but it's fine, right?
If you are still highly functioning and are not in pain in day-to-day life, then you should be fine. However, if your chaos corruption is especially malignant, or becomes so at any point, then you may only have weeks to live if it is near your brain.
Wait.
What if it was on my back? What if it was on my back?
Being close to the heart of a creature, which scans indicate is in your chest, would also be a very bad thing.
Yes. Hit me with the good news, huh?
who said it was going to be good news?
If you still have perfect function in all of your limbs and organs, then your case is most likely benign.
Benign. Hopefully, yes, hopefully it's benign. Thanks. Transmission from CC. You know, once you get back to Earth, Sonic, we should throw a party and have fireworks. See you guys in space. And see them once you're up there today. see you guys in space and see them since you're up there today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm up in space today.
We are not in space. We are currently on a planet called Rentier.
Thank you for that. Thanks, Commander Janeway. Understood, Gizoid. We'll have to try and see if we can find one. According to Terios Enerjak's logs from this era, Sorbians have a long history with the Black Arms. Apparently, the Black Arms destroyed their original homeworld, which forced the Sorbians to create ring worlds.
There are many forces in the galaxy which cause much destruction and later rebirth wherever they go.
How?
I have to get my short break. Give me 1 second. We're still good? Alright. Okay, good. Sorry, I can't hold it anymore.